So I wanted to share a little something with you. If you're looking for something sweet when you're doing the South Beach diet, you know, sometimes you just want cookies and things like that. So on the website, there was this great recipe, very simple to make, and it helps you to have like maybe some cookies in the house that maybe you would just have like one every now and again. Because it's not sugar in there, you don't feel like, oh, I have to eat more of it. So you can have one and it just kind of like with your coffee, it's kind of like a nice thing, maybe midday. So like right now I'm between meals and I just came home from work and I'm like, I want a cup of coffee and I want something like a little sweet. So I made these cookies simple to make. So they're peanut butter cookies. So I used the peanut butter. This is the one that they recommend because it's basically just crushed up peanuts. There's no extra sugars or anything in it, so it's very natural. It's a Smucker's Natural. And then it's a cup of that, and then a cup of Splenda to go with it. So instead of sugar, we use this to make it sweet. And then it's 1 egg. And you basically mix it together. And then you put it in the oven. I think it was 350 for like 15 minutes. But I could show you what it comes out like. And I just had one of these now with my coffee. And it was very satisfying. So this would be what it looks like. Now I take like sugar-free candies. And I break them up like chocolates. And so you can see here there's like a little chocolate in there. So, and I put them in there too. So it's like chocolate and peanut butter. And you really have to be careful not to eat more than one, but because it's not sugar, you don't feel like, you know, you eat a cookie and you're like, you can't have one. I feel like when I eat these, I can really just have one. And it's a nice little treat in the middle of the day if I'm looking for something that might not be, you know, like you're between meals and you just don't want to eat like yogurt or celery. You just want something to have with coffee. I'm a big coffee person, so I'm always looking for something that I can have with my coffee. So this is great. So I just wanted to share it. I made them yesterday, so I made 12 of them. They're about 160 calories per cookie. I kind of figured it out. So if you have one, you know, you write it down. If you're a person who counts calories, you don't have to. It would count as your nut serving for the day, probably if you had 2 of them, because you're only supposed to have 1 nut serving a day. I generally tend to have a little more than that because I do have my peanut butter muffins in the morning. So when I have that and this, I'm probably having a little more nuts than I should, but I don't think that's really a big deal because the nuts are pretty healthy. But generally you would do one or the other. And I just wanted to share that because I just got home from work and I wanted a little sweet treat. And so I had this and I really enjoyed it. And I have it with my, you know, coffee. I'm hanging out and going to a party soon. So at my sister's house there's a party. So at first I found out what she has there. I'm bringing a salad. So I always know there's something that I can eat. And so she said she's having pizza and she's having like a sub sandwich and probably chips and desserts or whatever. I won't worry about that kind of stuff, but I wanted to make sure I wouldn't just be sitting there and not be able to eat. So I bring the salad and I will take the sub sandwich and I will take off the meats when I get there. So I'll make like a big plate of salad and I'll take the meats off, throw the roll out, and that'll be like my lunch when I'm at my sister's house, so I don't have to feel like I'm sitting there while people are eating. So it's really good if you're going out somewhere, whether it be a restaurant or whatever, like look at the menu, see what they have, what can you substitute. Usually most times if you go to a restaurant and it has like a potato with vegetables and a meat, you could easily tell the waiter or waitress, you know, you have 2 vegetable sides instead of, you know, the potato. Or you could always see if they have sweet potato if you were to be in phase 2. So there's always ways to work it out. There's always menus online that you can check. So it's good to prepare, you know, before you go somewhere. So that's not why I started this video. I wanted to tell you about the cookies because I just had one. They were so good and I said I have to share. So, you know, and then there's the party that I'm going to, but I'm not, again, not worried about it because I had this little sweet thing. If she does have some kind of dessert, which she will, I won't feel like cheated because I already know I had my little treat and I could have these, like tomorrow I'll have another one. So I don't feel like I'm being so cheated, like I never get to have something sweet. It's not fair. You know, all this crazy stuff gets into your head. So I am feeling heavy today, which makes me unhappy. But I think it's not all about the weight because I know, like I see what I'm eating and I'm like, it's so healthy. I'm really helping myself. So I can't get so obsessed about, oh, my clothes are not as I want them to be or anything like that. I really have to focus on the overall health picture. The 2018 goal, it's only February 3rd, so I can't be getting crazy, but I'm not thin. You know, you want to be thin like yesterday and it's so hard like to wait and to sacrifice. I think like that's like the hardest part of being on a diet, like the waiting for like getting thinner. So, but you know what it is about, getting healthier, and the food that you eat on this plan is healthier. So I hope that you're following along, and like anybody who's considering joining the diet, that they would, because I'm telling you, I've been on every diet there ever was. I don't know that I lasted a month on a diet that I wasn't losing 5 pounds a day or a week or something. So something that was slow and sustainable that I could learn from and eat healthy and focus on more than just the scale. And that's what I'm getting from this plan. So hopefully these videos are helping anybody who's watching them. If you have any questions, you could ask on the bottom. You could subscribe if you want, because I will be posting all throughout 2018, and I really hope that I'm able to get to my goal by the end. I really believe that I will be able to. That's it for now. So off to my sister's in a little while for the party, and I'm not hungry and I'm not worried. Okay, see you next time.